Watauga Arts Council with your host, Cherry Johnson, serving arts in Watauga County for more than 30 years.
Hi, I'm Cherry Johnson with Watauga County Arts Council. You know, the Arts Council partners with an awful lot of people. We're always working with somebody, and this time I've brought someone that you haven't met before, at least ways through me, to tell you about a great opportunity that you got to hurry up and take advantage of really quick because it's happening this very weekend. With ASU's School of Theater, we have a wonderful, wonderful program there. We're very fortunate in this community to have such a great program. And we have several students in the community that are here to learn theater in a professional way and to become professional theater folks. And one of the key people to make that happen is Derek Gagnier. And Derek, thank you for coming and being part of our show this morning and telling us about what's going on with the theater department. You have a great production on the brink.
We do. It's called The Illusion. It's by Tony Kushner, who won the Pulitzer Prize. It's adapted from a play written in 1639, but the great thing is it doesn't read like a play from 1639. It's really good. Yeah, it's updated to deal with the way people fall in love now, the way people look upon love now, you know, between parent and child, between lovers, between people who've been married for a long time. So people are going to recognize themselves in these characters that you see.
How interesting.
Yeah.
How interesting. Now, this particular production, give me this story. Give me this the starting point here.
Right. Well, this lawyer has been separated from his son for 15 years, and he has a heart attack and decides before he dies he wants to see his son. So he's gone through all this rigmarole trying to find him, and his last resort is to go to this cave where this magician lives. And he's expecting, you know, a tarot reading and a crystal ball, and what he gets is an illusion of his son living and breathing right in front of him. Hijinks ensue. So it's several different snippets from the son's life, and the son leaves this very Don Juan-like existence. Intrigue, romantic intrigue. Neat because it's very racy because it's Tony Kushner, but you don't see anything. It's all talked about.
Right.
But at times very romantic, and at times very exciting, a little bit of violence, a great sword fight. I don't want to give the plot away too much.
But give us something to come look
for.
For.
A wicked sword fight choreographed by Teresa Lee. That's what I've been saying. It's a wicked sword fight.
You said choreographed by Teresa Lee.
Yes.
There's the key point.
Yes. Yes. So we've had over 50 different people help us in the production. Mike Helms has designed a set complete with a turntable, a rotating planetarium. It looks like the inside of a cave. There's magic illuminating
I've heard great stuff about this set.
Yeah. So. The costumes are phenomenal. They're from Cavalier period, so it's just a little before what you would see, for instance, Three Musketeers. The props are beautiful. There's all kinds of scrolls and books and skulls and everything you'd think of in a magician's cave. So it's a huge effort by the theater department to get this production together.
It took months to put this together.
Yeah, we started, planning it was, back in November, and we were really talking, it sounded like planning an episode of Star Trek. Can this light up? Oh, what if that, and what if he changed color? How are you going to do that? Yeah, if you can do that, do that. So we have streaming video. We've got all kinds of neat special effects. People rotate in and out on the turntable. So, it will be like, I would say it's the perfect show for someone who doesn't go to theater to have first-time theater experience. Because there's something of everything.
That sounds good. Yeah. I might just bring one of my children to see
this.
Oh, yeah,
I would say age 12 and up. 12 and
16, that'd be good. So now we have with us two of the cast members. You have a cast of, what'd you say, 8?
8.
And so this is Gwyn and Emma Holland. Yes. And you guys, tell us what your roles are in this production.
I played the son. He goes by a couple of different names in the show, so it's easy to just say son. But the illusions that are based from the father all revolve around his life and what he's done since leaving his dad.
Right.
And so you kind of see how he chooses to live, whether it be a lover or a fighter or something in between.
So you get the exciting stuff.
Yeah. A lot of kisses, a lot of sword fights.
Ooh, okay. Now how does Emma play into this?
I am the maid to the wealthy mistress that the son is technically in love with at the beginning, and it changes and varies. I'm the scorned lover / conniving spirit that kind of twists everything into oblivion.
That is cool. Yeah. That is really cool.
So she's harsh.
So now you guys are you a senior and you're a junior? And so you're going to be professional theater actors, professional actors?
Here's hoping.
No, confidence. We are definitely going to become. After all, you've got Derek behind you.
That's very true.
Yeah, back them up all the way.
Now, you mentioned that this play is written, I'm sorry, the name just went right out of my brain.
Tony Kushner.
Tony Kushner.
Yeah.
And Tony has a very well-known name.
He does. Angels in America, several other plays, which deal with very different topics than this. So it's kind of, it was one of his earlier works. He adapted
really?
it. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's kind of different. But once you're into it, you're going to recognize, if you know it, oh yeah, this is a Tony Kushner play, because
You see
there's
that.
beautiful language, highly poetic, just so deep and so meaningful.
How cool.
Yeah, so it's been a joy to work on. In fact, every night I hear something different. I go, oh, that's cool,
That's one of the neat things. You were talking about all that goes into this production and so much behind the scenes that I think the audience oftentimes just takes for granted.
Yeah, right,
and just
right.
assumes that it's supposed to be that way, and they go on and they don't think about what all went into it. And when you're in theater and you're involved with all those pieces and parts and so many different types of talents that go into it, everybody from the seamstress to the person who does the lighting to the,
Right.
You name it. There's something.
Right, and it's planned months and months in advance. You have to come up with something called a production concept as a director, so you can communicate to the designers. And the worst thing in the world is to walk into a meeting and they go, huh? So, that's always the most nerve-wracking thing. And of course, it changes when you're talking to the designers and the directors. So what we've come up with is a group effort that everybody seems very happy with,
Right.
and rallying behind, and I think that's important too. That everybody is not only on the same page but enthusiastic about it. And we've been very lucky. There's a big positive energy going on with this production that
That's
you don't
great.
always get. Sometimes it's just hard work.
Well, now you said how many people involved in this whole, from the beginning to the end?
Between crew and designers, it's well over 50. If you think about the box office. If you think about the assistant directors and the assistant stage managers, everybody in the costume shop who built the costumes,
Right.
or modified ones we had already, student employees and volunteers building the set. They were there until late last night finishing up touches. So before I came here, I popped in to see, oh, look at that, that's neat. So it's almost a 24/7 effort
For
And,
all that
yeah.
time.
Plus,
Yeah.
we've been in rehearsal just about every single night since last week of January. So these guys are going to be looking forward to March 4th.
So you're you're saying all this in your sleep by now, right?
Just about.
Yeah. if they get to sleep, because again, and the wild thing is, they're working like full-time actors and full-time students, and both these guys work part-time. And, it's a lot to cram in. So they're really learning what it's going to be like in real life, where you're riding the subway to your next audition while you're going to work. Well,
That's right.
this experience.
Life skills.
Yeah. Life skills, exactly. And that's what they're going to have to manage their careers, when they get out in the real
Right.
world.
So I guess you have success stories from this program.
Lots of them.
Wonderful.
Yeah, lots of them. And I try, as well as my wife tries, to keep our foot in the door and try to do stuff. This year's been very good. I've been very involved outside of ASU and things.
Really?
Yeah, so it kind of recharges me. So I'll come back after working in the summer professionally and go, okay,
Right.
guys. My favorite thing is to be able to work with students professionally in the
Right.
summer.
Well,
Because-
what have you been doing in the summer?
Well, we did, shameless plug, Ensemble Stage.
Yes. Dear friends.
They hired me to do Treasure Island, so I was able to do a children's show, which got 3 different productions done around Blowing Rock, 1 for Parks and Rec, 2 at Ensemble Stage itself. Will was in it.
Right.
And so it was a chance to go, okay, guys, professional schedule, here we go. This is what's expected of you.
And you got paid to do it, right?
Yes, a little bit.
Yeah, that's also the thing, the first time you call home and you go, hey, Mom, I got paid. That for my parents, it was like they went from you'll starve to when's the next show?
Yeah.
Haven't starved yet, Mom. So
Well, I do think a lot of parents, when their children go into the arts, wonder about that.
Sure. Yeah.
That's a concern.
Yeah, and the great thing about this program is we try to make sure they work professionally before they graduate.
So their feet are already wet.
Their feet are wet, and I always say, God, what if you do 4 years of this and then I hate it?
Yes, I think that's really important.
So they get their feet wet, and our whole program is good that way, because not just our actors, but also our design tech majors
Right.
work during the summers. A lot of the faculty work during the summers, so we try to keep it.
That's wonderful. That's
yeah,
good. Good,
practical,
solid
hands-on.
program.
Yeah.
Very solid
Yeah,
program. You've worked a lot of
absolutely.
years to build a good program, and I'm real impressed with what y'all do.
Great.
So I see the benefits of this program ever so often, and I'm always delighted to come and share some of them with you. But now we want to tell you how you can come and see all of this in action, or at least ways the part that you're supposed to see, not the behind-the-scenes part.
Right.
So this production is going to be starting, was it the 29th?
29th, tomorrow night, 7:30, Valborg Theater, which is right behind the Turchin Center. You can go to theater.appstate.edu or call 262-3063. That's the box office. If it's not open, you'll get a message of when it's open. And yeah, and then
What time are the shows?
7:30 Wednesday through Saturday and 2 o'clock on Sunday.
Okay, so there's a total of what, 5 shows?
Yeah.
So you're going to have 5 opportunities to do it better.
Yes.
We'll have it down to a science by Sunday, I promise.
So if you want the best show, you show up on Sunday. Is that what you're saying?
Every night's going to be a great show. Yeah.
So what is being involved in this kind of thing in an ASU's theater department doing for you guys besides the obvious?
Well, they met.
Yeah,
This is also true.
true.
Yes. Yes. It's been quite a ride. I transferred here actually. Last year was my first year with this department, and it's a completely different design as to how the classes are taught and the different types of outreach that they have into the community as well. For me, there's many different opportunities to be involved with this department. There's many. I mean, there are professors that are constantly reaching out to different students and meeting with you to make sure that you're comfortable in what you're doing and making sure that if you need help with an audition piece, they'll sit there and work with you on their free time. And if
Wow.
you need help with classwork or studio work, just about anything, they're always reaching out, which is very, very convenient, particularly when it comes to audition time, because it's a stressful time for just about everybody in our department, and they're still not afraid to meet with every single person if need be,
That's
just
great.
to put some ease at their mind and make sure that you can come in and feel good about what you're performing with. They even host an audition workshop so that you can come in, bring your piece, get feedback in the space, and you know what you're doing. And it's just a very welcoming, very friendly environment. So
Sounds
it's not
personalized.
it's very
Yeah,
personal, and
uh-huh.
it's you never feel intimidated when you're in front of these people, and the entire community is actually just embracing for the most part. And I mean, we have different levels of talent, different levels of professionalism in the department, as any department does, but every single person individually always reaches out to another person, which
That's great.
is absolutely phenomenal.
That is wonderful. Now, do they have to compete to get into this program?
Well, anybody can come and study theater at App State that says, I want to study theater at App State. Within it, with the performance major, there's an audition, which we actually help them with. People audition sometimes a couple times. And then once they're in, a certain GPA is required. They're required to do a mini audition or a jury at the end of every year, very similar to a vocal music major. And they are required to audition for every show. They don't need to take a role in every show, but we want to get them on stage working as much as possible.
So your
because you
end
want them
result
to
is,
do it.
is a group that you're very proud of because
Absolutely.
you've really built through.
Yeah, they've gone on to things like grad school at UNCG and Florida State. We
Right.
have them working professionally now.